Okie dokie, we are live. And what's up, George? What's going on in the House of Craze tonight?
In the House of Craze, we have DJ Keawekane. I hope I said that correctly, but he's got a book on Kickstarter right now called Exillion, Creed of the Night and Hawk, issue 1. We're going to be talking to him live next.
Let's get it.
We are the only show for independents all around, giving you a platform to spread your word all over town. Catch the Craze is the place to promote to your fans with the Dreamer, Medina, and Sam the Crazy Man. Subscribe to our show and never miss an episode. It's time to get your mans, listen to us on the go. Updated every week, we never miss a day. Join the squad, come on in. It's time to catch the Craze. If you are an independent, catch the Craze. Making moves on your own, catch the Craze. On your grind in the streets, catch the Craze. Join the movement, catch the Craze.
Yeah, George, we did it again. Come on now. You know you want to do it. Catch the Craze. Welcome to Catch the Craze Podcast. I'm your host with the most, Sam the Crazy Man Vera, and I am with
George, the Dreamer, Medina. What's happening, everyone? Welcome to another exciting episode of Catch the Craze. We are live. It is Tuesday, June 21st, 8 p.m. here in the East Coast. And we have a very special guest coming on in just a few minutes where we're going to be talking to him about his independent comic book stuff that we do. Talk to indies. If you're into talking to indies, whether it's comics, music, whatever, subscribe to the channel. Give us a like, comment below. Let us know what you think of the show. Hit the bell so that you know when we go live in nights like this. And we got a good one tonight, man. He comes all the way from Hawaii, so very different time zone. And we're going to be talking to him in just a few minutes. But what's crack-a-lackin', Sammy? What do you got going on, dog?
Welcome back. Oh, I'm back from Fan Expo. That's what's going on. So, had a 3-day event. Got to spend time with my wife at the event. That's a first. I mean, I think the first and last time she did an event with us, I think she did the Big Apple Con, our first event ever. That's when all the girlfriends came, and then they stopped coming. They were like, "Yeah, we out." And then she did New York Comic Con once with me, and then and maybe Kids Comic Con, but that was it. And so this is the first time in over a decade, and so we had fun.
It's long days, man. The conventions are long days.
Long days,
longer than 8 hours sometimes, especially on breakdown and when you're setting up.
Yeah, Friday we got there at 11 and it was till 9. So that was the longest day of the whatever. So so we had a good time at the expo. There were some challenges, logistic challenges. They moved me without telling me ahead of time. They didn't have the tables numbered, so I had to wing it. I'm like, I guess this is the table, whatever. And people were trying to figure out, is this my table? And it was just weird. Surprised because most of the other conventions I'm used to, they have your name on there. Or and there was nothing to tell us where we were, so everyone was just like rock paper scissors, and and then so I think they could have done some things differently logistically, but overall I had a good time. I made a profit. I'll be back at the Fan Expo in October, so it was a good show. And now I just signed up for a couple of more shows. I'm going to wait for confirmation before I announce what they are. But one is in August on top of the one I'm already doing, the Denton Art Expo. And then the one's in October on top of the Fan Expo. And then there's one in November that I'm waiting for them to open up the sign up page because they haven't opened it up for November yet. So I've just been doing that. This morning I was live doing a live stream for duty. And this was the piece that I did this morning, Viking duty. So that was fun, and thank you everybody who joined me in the live stream today. And really, it's just really about promoting the campaign right now. We're down to the last 8 days
Wow,
of the camp.
already.
Yeah, it's
Damn,
crazy.
that flew by, man.
Flew by.
That
Yes,
went by
yes.
quick.
Boom. Have
The,
you pledged yet? So there's
really in my toilet.
yes, Dudarius Uranius, issue number 2. So a lot of cool stuff on this campaign. Again, if you're a return backer, you get a free gift. If you're watching this stream and you back it, you whether if you're a physical backer, you'll get a free magnet. If you're a digital backer, you'll get a digital download. So all you have to do is just tag me and say, Sam, I saw you on episode 439. And I backed it. So, and I'll write down your name and make sure that you get that gift when I ship out the rewards. So yeah. So we're down to the last 8 days, and after that, July is really smooth sailing. It's really just working on finishing up the issues for the next campaign, which will be in the fall.
Yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, I'm actually going to be doing a convention, Terrificon,
That's right.
out in Connecticut. That's going to be at the end of July. So the last weekend in July, I'm going to head out there, go check out the show. I'm going to be at the Dark Fire Press booth. He's got a booth out there. So big shout out to JM. I'll be out there. Going to take a little drive with Mr. Jonathan Syfax and
Syphaxius.
Aniva.
Wow.
Yeah, Aniva's going to be out there.
Oh,
Aniva
Rose
Arroyo.
Campollos. Wow.
He'll be out there. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. We're gonna go out there, have a good time, check it out. I've never been to that show, so I'm interested. It's at Mohegan Suns, the casino.
It sounds like a
out
good
there.
show. That from what
Yeah,
I hear,
so
who've attended it. But I don't plan
yeah.
on doing anything on the East Coast anytime soon.
Yeah. I mean, you barely travel within Texas, so you're not really willing to travel at all. Pretty
I'm
much.
actually going to Austin in a few weeks. Really, it's just a trip. It's really from my wife's stylist is out in Austin, so let's make a day trip out of it. I'll drive you there. You go get your hair done. I'll go take in the sights. I'll go to town or whatever, and then I'll pick you up.
Yeah. But for
Yeah,
conventions though, conventions you're not really doing anything outside. I'm gonna try
no,
to do more. Like I'm gonna try to head out to just try to do more outside of obviously outside of New York. Connecticut's right there down the block, but Jersey always has conventions and things like that.
yeah,
Heroes Con is going on this weekend. Big shout out
yes.
to
Hector's
Hector
gonna be there.
Rodriguez and Keith Murphy, who are going to be at that show this weekend. So that'll be fun.
Yeah,
But yeah, and then obviously I've ordered everything for the campaign, so I'm just waiting for all that stuff to come in. So for anyone who backed the Adventures of Wonder Duck, get ready because all of that stuff is starting to come in. I got the graphic novels ready to rock. T-shirts are going to be. I'm going to start sending T-shirts out first, so you're probably going to be getting some T-shirts in. Just make sure that you fill out those surveys that I've sent out. I've got a few of them back already, but I do need some more, especially with T-shirt sizes, colors, and all that other fun stuff. So make sure you send that back.
Colors.
And yeah, it's it's happening. It's happening. Tomorrow's tomorrow. We don't have anything going on tomorrow, but Thursday morning we have the morning brew with the crazy crew.
Yes.
I'm going to finish up. I got a few, lettering gigs I got to get through, finishing up your joint. I got Sebastian Bonet. Big shout out to him. I'm working with him on something. So yeah, I have a few things going on, man. So it's going to be a busy summer. Busy summer.
In the summer, in the city. So I just want to for independent creators that want to come on Catch the Craze. We know cancellations are part of the whole thing. But if we booked you multiple times in 1 year and you canceled each time the day of the show, we're going to, if you try to get back on the show, you're gonna have to wait a year. Because if it happened multiple times in the same year, that means somebody couldn't take that slot, and we could have had a guest, and then canceling the day of the airing of the show, it really is not kosher. It's not a good look, and so because of that, we're more. You're gonna have to be moved for 12 months. Because we really want to get to the indies that want to get on the show. And it's just not fair to them. So just putting that out there. But yeah. So there's a lot of good things going on. We're up to 605 on the channel, which is good. It's growing. Yeah, it's growing. And damn, I had something at the top of my head and I forgot.
Because you were giving people pow. You were like, stop canceling.
I had to get it out. I was being nice. I was very political. I'm just saying, yo, ease up. Come on in, ease on down the road. Let's see. We got some chatter going on here. I didn't even see that. What's up? Yeah, Price in the house.
D, what up?
Put them on timeout like I do my kids. Low. What's up? Where is my tear?
Where my tear
Snap.
at? What up, Chris?
Yes. Tears on my pillow. What's up, Krista? Yeah, so that's what we got so far. So, I think if is there anything that we're missing?
Anything that we are missing? What's
We do.
missing? What's
Let me
missing?
see.
Oh yeah, I won't be on the show for a couple of
That's
weeks.
what we're missing. Yes.
I'm getting sentenced. I'm out. I'm out. Peace.
Georgia traveling the world. What's up, Johnny?
Yeah, no, I'll be taking a little vacation, so I'll be going till
vacations are big time, bro.
Till the middle of July. Be going out. I'm out. I'm travel the world. Now I'm gonna be out till I think the 13th. So I'll be back the week after that. So
yeah, so about 2 weeks, right?
Too much. Yeah, about 2 weeks. Yeah, so I'm gonna be gonzo. So it'll be Sammy running the show. Hopefully, we still have 605 subscribers. We're not down to 588.
This is why I gotta punch you in the throat.
This
is why I gotta punch you in the throat. That's why you're lucky you're across the states, bro.
He's made people angry.
Send you back to Guatemala, bro.
So hopefully, guys, please stay with us. Stay with us. I'll be back, and hopefully, Sam hasn't,
This is why that's why you bring the hood back in me, bro. This is what happens, bro.
I'm just saying. It's just this is
Where's
just
my knife?
PSA, dog. PSA.
Where's my cuchillo, bro?
PSA to the peoples out there, to our peoples watching the show.
Yes. So yes. So I think we only have one guest next week. So far, which is cool. So I may be doing just like an open invite because I might go draw. So if you're artists out there, you want to draw with me next weekend, let me know. Give him la chancla. That's what I'm saying, right? Wakata. Boom. And better costa cabeza. And I'm gonna make a call to Homeland, let them know about what flight you're on.
Okay, listen.
That's it.
The minute they hear Medina, bro, they get nervous. They're like, wait a minute.
Right.
No,
right.
Hold on.
I'm like,
step to the side.
Check them. Check them. Check the hat. Check the hat.
Yeah. Well, listen. I think I'll be all right. You'll know. If I don't come back in 3 weeks, something went wrong. Sam really made a call, and I'm in Ecuador, raising a family, and
well, y'all a family. I fight for them, and they fight for me. Yeah. So
So what's going on Thursday on the morning brew?
The morning brew.
Yeah.
Look at that. I'm just rocking the shirt. Bah. Yeah, showing the new graphic. But Thursday, the morning brew, we're going to be what was the episode? Oh no, I think
you did the Fan Expo joint.
We're going to Fan Expo recap, and basically excited about Alf the animated series coming to Shout TV.
We got stuff.
Yeah, we got stuff. We got some stuff.
There's some stuff. Didn't we miss? We missed one on a Thursday, didn't we?
Yeah, last week because you had a meeting.
And we had you had done a Monday show, didn't you?
Yeah, that probably will be the topic because the recap will probably be like 2 minutes. So that'll probably be that. We'll follow up on that.
That recap will be 2 seconds. Nah, man, that show looked like it was good, bro. It looked like it was. Really,
I had a good time. There was the people we connected with were really good people. We hit it off. There was this one woman that every day she came in a new costume that she handmade. She had so much energy. She's the one in the picture that's holding the plastic bag.
Yeah.
The bag, the duty bag. And but she was just such a beautiful soul. Her energy was so infectious.
That's what I miss the most. That's what I miss the most about conventions is meeting people like that. Is meeting people. That's the biggest miss when it comes to conventions.
She was amazing. And we just had a blast. And because we had so much, we were laughing so much with her, whatever, just her energy was attracting people to the table. I had a ball with her. But we made a lot of good people, really cool. It was fun. Aurelius came down with the kids. That was awesome.
I saw that. That's what's
her
up.
son was rocking Spider-Man. It was dope.
Yeah,
it was dope.
Looked good. Yeah, no, it looked really good, man. I'm looking forward to doing that. To doing some shows also. And so that's what I like. I like that kind of stuff where everybody's just chilling, laughing. You're not worried about the bottom line. How much money am I making today? What's in the
That's what was the difference. I did not stress out about how I was going to do.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
embraced the moment. When the lines were blocking the tables, and it was just my table, it was everybody in my aisle were blocked because they had this one writer for Marvel DC who's also an ex-CIA whatever. When the lines were blocking the table, I didn't lose. So we just sat there. It was like, all right, you know what? I went, got me some iced tea, came back. We sat down, we chilled, and we capitalized on anybody who came to the table. Yeah, we just said, you know what? Let's just embrace the moment, enjoy the time. Don't get caught up on the drama, and the weirdness, because there was a lot of weirdness, and just have fun. And that's what we did. And somehow we had a good result from it. And so that was without me, the over hustle. Like I was not out there like hustling. I just embraced the moment. I did commissions, I talked, just had fun, kept it
Yeah, no,
real.
I mean, I think that's a different way of hustling. And I think, listen, man, we've been doing this for a long time. I think that's always been the MO. Just have a good time, talk to the people that come to the table, make a connection, get to know them, chill.
That's
If
it.
a sale happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But at least now you have somebody who you kind of vibe with, chilled, and it was good. And
Yeah.
and most of the time, that's where the sales come from. It's just that genuine interaction
Yes.
with people. That's because
Yes.
you're not a salesman. You're not trying to sell them something anymore. Now you're just two people talking, and they're like, "Yo, let me check this out," and they find out it's not a bad book. This book is
Yeah.
pretty freaking good. So, yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's awesome, man. That's
One
awesome.
guy, uh his pretty wife attracted all the people. Why, thank you. I'm sure that she'll blush when she hears that. Yeah, but no, she was making eye contact with people when they were walking away. So there was a lot of nervous. There
Intimidating.
was like,
They
yeah,
were
it was
intimidated. They were
crazy.
feeling
They come to
intimidated.
the
Like, wait a
table, they
minute.
stare. She goes hi, and they go, "Pshung," and they're out. I'm like,
They
what
get
the hell was that
nervous,
about?
bro. They get nervous. Just like I really said, maybe that's what it
Yeah.
was.
Yeah, I was like, how many times people staring at the books, and then I look at them, it's like, hey, how's it going? They're like,
Oh,
oh,
you just scared
and
them.
they
You just
walk
you,
away.
you
I'm
just
like,
scared them. You
I
just
sat
scared.
down because I realized that I have a large frame, and I said, let me sit down.
Have a
Maybe that will,
large brain.
I was like, they might say, look, this big scary, but why do they have security over at this table? Who's this guy? Right. So I said, let me sit down. Right. I smiled. I used my Obama smile. I was killing it, right? And every time they would walk away, I'm like, damn, not even Obama smile's working. What the hell is going on?
Yeah,
Yeah, it was interesting.
duty
Duty
don't need
don't need
hustle.
hustle. It's
Duty
duty dogs.
dogs. Yeah, my brother.
Yes. All
But no,
right.
that was good. So yeah, we'll be talking a little bit more about that on Thursday. But we should probably get
Yes.
our guest in.
It's
DJ
time to
is,
bring our guest in.
traveled
So
a long way to be with us.
I know what's up with that. So just a quick reminder one more time that Darius Uranius is going on right now. So we're gonna go to some commercial break and we'll come back with DJ. All right, what's up, brother? Welcome to Cast the Craze.
DJ, what's going on, man? You're welcome, sir. You're welcome.
My name is DJ Keawekane.
Keawekane.
I was never
Yeah,
gonna get it,
There you
DJ.
go.
The
I was-
W is pronounced like a V.
Got
Ah,
it. Got it. What
Keawekane, yeah.
does
Yeah.
it mean? Does it mean something? What
Yeah, so Keawe is a name. That's the name of like one chief, and then Kane means man.
okay.
So it-
All right.
all kind of different variations of Keawe, Keawekane, Keawe Maoli,
Gotcha.
Keawe Mohili, all kind of different names. So
wow.
Yeah.
Awesome, man.
Related
How
to
about-
The Rock?
no,
No.
he's Samoan.
Are you Samoan?
No, I'm Hawaiian.
Oh, okay, cool.
So DJ, real quick. I mean, obviously, we were talking about DJ. You're from Hawaii. What island in Hawaii are you from?
Big Island. The Big Island, yeah. The island of Hawaii, yeah.
The island of Hawaii.
Yeah.
I was reading your bio before you came on, dude. Like, very interesting stuff in there, dude. We're the same age. We're very much the same age. So my question is, growing up in Hawaii, right? What was your favorite cartoon growing up? Because I know you were into cartoons and all that, but what was your favorite?
all of them. Like, so it's like Thundercats, Transformers, GI Joe, Voltron, Robotech, all of that stuff. You know what I mean?
Everything, all the good stuff, bro.
Classic,
All the
right?
good stuff. Yeah, you know, even on Saturday mornings, you know, the Smurfs and the Snorks,
Oh, Snorks.
all that stuff. You
Sing
know,
the song. Sing the song. Come on.
Sing the
but
song.
all of that, yeah. Even to like the obscure stuff like the Jason and Wheel Warriors, and you know, like just the Centurions or the Visionaries, and
Centurions,
all of that.
Power
I loved all
Extreme. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
so
loved
you
all
were
that.
into it, man. You were into it. I love it. I
Yeah,
freaking
but
love it.
I was a kid. I was always drawing, always draw. I got in trouble with school all the time for drawing.
What was your favorite thing to draw?
Whatever. Like I would just draw all the
anything.
cartoons. Star Wars was my favorite when I was young.
Oh, nice.
And then, you know, all of the cartoons, G.I. Joe, Transformers, Lionel from the Thundercats, Mumra, all of that. I was just
Jeez,
drawing all of
dude.
that.
Oh,
That's amazing, man.
Until I found Marvel Comics, and then boom, Marvel, like I was a Marvel zombie. Just from that point on, yeah.
so wait.
awesome,
All right, so
dude.
you see, until you found Marvel Comics, what age was it? What was the first comic?
I
Where
was
were
late.
you?
I was late to Marvel Comics. I was in the 8th grade when I found Marvel Comics.
Yeah.
Because I was reading
me
before
too.
that. So I was watching the cartoons and all of that stuff. And then when I was in the 7th grade, I got into Jademan comics. And just those are kung fu comics and all of that. And that was perfect for me because at that level, the Jademan comics was just all action. When I read that stuff now, it's like, well, it's pretty terrible. But the action, it's going to resonate for somebody who's in the 7th grade. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah, of course.
So I got that. But in 8th grade, that's when the Marvel cards came out. You guys remember that? The Marvel cards?
Joe Jusko? Was it Joe Jusko, the painted
no,
ones?
The Marvel series.
Oh,
Marvel
yes.
card series 1. So that hit. And all of the kids was trading all of these cards. And I was like, what is this? And then, you know, so you know, you read the cards and all. So I started trading the cards too and all of that. And then I go into the comic store, and I was walking past Marvel and DC all the time, just going straight for the Jademan. So finally, I walk in, and now I have Wolverine in my head, and Daredevil, and Captain America, and all of these. And all of a sudden, I see X Factor 66 is Will Spartacio's.
Nice.
Just the way he was, and I was like, whoa, what is this? You know what I mean? Like, I need to be into this. And so I started off with X Factor, and then after that, right, that's when Jim Lee was hitting like big time in the 90s, and then I was hooked on everything I could get from Jim Lee. And so all of his Uncanny X-Men run, I just went crazy. I would go and dig into all the back issues and just consume that, like, you know, just like candy, you know.
So DJ, okay, so DJ, you have at the time there maybe like $1.25, right? You had $1.25 in your pocket. Were you picking up a Jim Lee comic, or were you picking up a Will Pistachio comic? What were you gonna do? What was your decision?
Whatever I could afford. I was picking up, if it was from Jim or from Will's, I had
Those
my
are your guys.
if I couldn't afford them today, I was going to clean the yard or do whatever's, and I was coming right back.
Nice.
Awesome,
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's awesome. So obviously they were big influences on your artwork. I also, you know who I also see in your artwork, and I think you mentioned this in your Kickstarters, Joe Mad. Like,
Right.
I definitely see a lot of Joe Mad in the way you draw, like the faces and like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's really, really, really well done. Now, I also read in your bio that you wanted to work for Marvel. You actually wanted to work for Marvel. Now, did they make you an offer? Like, did they say, "Hey, we'll hire you," or it was just a thing of like you were just
The
sending?
way to do it at Marvel is before, I don't know about now. So you would go and do these portfolio reviews.
Yeah.
And so they would put you in charge of like the talent scout, or you know, the editor that is hiring. And then so what they do is you email this editor, you know what I mean? So for me it was CB Sobolski, and then it was like Bon Alimagno, and then it was like Sana Amanat, and they just give you these sample scripts, and you keep drawing these sample scripts.
Mm-hmm.
But after a while, you just realize that they're kind of just holding you off. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you get the feeling that, okay, they're probably getting sample scripts from like people from all over the world.
Right.
Right. Which I know now to be true. But at the time, I was like, wow, I got an in at, you know, and it just never did happen. You know what I mean? And so it's like, send, you know, it's like not a 5-page sample script, 3-page sample script. And it's like, it's like you realize after a while you just keep submitting scripts and these samples that they're just holding you off until until they get an opening, and then they might call you up and all of that. So after a while I got tired of just sending in these blind submissions and all of that and hoping. And so I was like, what, if I'm gonna do this, I'm also just do my own thing. You know what I mean? I'm also just do my own thing. And if they pick me up, they pick me up. And if not, at least I can make my own money, and I can self-publish my own stuff and
Right.
and just go my own way. You know what I mean? Because the hardest thing for me being in Hawaii was that I would have to pay to go to I used to go to Emerald City because I have a brother that lives in Seattle.
Yeah.
So I used to go to Emerald City, like, and that would be my convention, but I would make a trip out of that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It was hard for justify because, you got to pay the table, you got to pay the flight, you got to pay that, all of that. I can see why living, on the continent of the U.S., you can drive here and go to that. You can save money that way. But when you got to shell out of all these tickets and these hotels, and so that stuff is like, so I figure, okay, maybe through email I could get in, but no, they gotta know you, they gotta build that connection with you, and I was never like able to really do that. You know what I mean? I got gigs, I got some jobs from people, at the conventions, which the natural way you make connections. You know what I mean? And that was only through the people that I would like physically meet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah.
How old were you when you were inquiring about like Marvel? Like, how old were you at that point?
Oh, at that point, I was about this is about 10 years ago, I would say.
Oh yeah, okay.
So yeah, I was so I started in 2003.
Okay.
So in 2003, but I had to kind of work up my skills. So it was from 2008 to about 2013. That's the window of time. That's the window where I was just trying to submit and trying to get just my name out. You know what I mean? Sending packages everywhere. IDW, boom. I did submissions for pitches for Image and Dark Horse and boom, all of that. Just crickets. You know what I mean? And I understand. They gotta know you. They gotta see you and all of that. And it was hard for just sending on blind submission and for them like, oh, cool. Now we gotta know about you, and it's just all dropped in an email someplace.
Yeah, no, I got you. You said you had also mentioned back in like 2002, you were involved in a horrific accident, right? You had like a really bad accident. Tell us a little bit about your accident, and then what happened from that accident. Like, tell us a little bit about that story.
Yeah. So anyway, I graduated in '95, and when I graduated, I went to college, and then so I asked the art teacher, how do I get into comics? And he said, you got to move to New York City. So I said, okay, fine, forget about that. I live in Hawaii. Why am I going to, move anywhere? So I quit all of that. And I kind of put that drawing part of me on the side. And I went to work, and I just did regular, But one night I was in 2002, I got into an accident, and I broke my back in 3 places.
Damn. Dude.
So it was T7, T11, and L1. So I had rods in my back and all of that, and I was in recovery for a year. And while I was down, my mom gave me my sketchbook from high school. Damn. She kept my sketchbook which I still have, She's kept my sketchbook, and she said, here, son, do something, go draw. You know what I mean? So I was like, okay. So I started doodling, and I started drawing, and I started coming up with all these ideas and all of that. And so that was like the
spark.
beginning, the spark. Yeah, that was the beginnings of what became Exillion, So, but also it like kind of lit up that passion again, because before that I felt like I wasn't unhappy with life, but I wasn't fulfilled in, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like, I think all of us who are creators, when we do this, we got like this yearning, this kind of fire inside of us.
Yeah,
and that's the thing that's gonna just get us through, because you guys know it's rough. You know what I mean? You guys know this business is rough, and
no. Do you have any regrets that you never actually took the shot and came to New York and said, "Let me try it out"?
I do actually. I think about that now. I think about it all the time. I wish but I was so young and immature.
I hear you. Yeah.
The internet culture wasn't there. Like, I wouldn't know where to start. You know what I mean? But I think about that all the time. I wish I just took the shot. You know what I mean? And just
you never know. I mean, that's the thing, right? You don't know what would have happened. Would
Yeah.
you have had the success? Would you even be doing Exillion right now? Like you don't know, right? So sometimes things happen for a reason, sometimes, and maybe this is your reason. You're here, you're talking to us about this project that you've been working on. What was it inside of that sketchbook that sparked this story? Like, was there something in the sketchbook, or were you just sketching in it and then it just
in the sketchbook I found, because you forget all your ideas, you know what I mean? You forget all your ideas and you forget the love and you forget all of these things because you kind of walk away. And when I opened a sketchbook, I had drawings from my senior year, and I was like, they're terrible drawings, but but I remember how I felt when I was drawing. You know what I mean? And I was like, wow, I haven't felt that way since I was drawing this book. Like, you know what I mean? And maybe this accident is kind of God's way of course correcting my life so that I can have some of that happiness in my life, even though it's going to be a struggle, which I never knew at the time. But I tell my wife I have the sickness. You know what I mean? I call this art thing, I call it the sickness. And I always, so I'm sorry, baby, I got the sickness. You know what I
mean? Yeah.
We all suffer from it. We all suffer from it, bro.
Do you ever look at your original submissions and criticize it?
Yeah, because I mean, and I did quite a few, but I was learning at the time, you know what I mean? So, and that was the thing that I liked about the submission process, was that I would send them in and they would critique them, and then I would come back with one more, and then they would critique that, and you know what I mean? So it's, and then when the critiques stop, and they'll say, okay, and then do this one and do this one, but the critiques kind of stop, you know what I mean? And it's like, okay, well, like, you know what I mean? Maybe I'm okay, but they're just forgettable. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Did they ever give you did they ever say, you know what, that's not what we're looking for? Was there ever like an actual rejection, or was it something that DJ just said, you know what, they're not saying anything, I don't know what's going on, so forget it?
It's the latter. So no, they always, they were, well, some editors, you could tell they wasn't into it, but the ones that, you could feel the connection in there, you know what I mean? But at the same time, you could tell that they're like on the opposite end, dealing with thousands of artists. I don't know how many artists is submitting to Marvel at the time, you know what I mean? And they got just better people to pull from, And so I just felt like I can keep doing this, but I don't know if you guys ever did like sample scripts or anything like that. Some of the sample scripts you do, and it's like, I don't feel like drawing this. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. You gotta be in love with it. Yeah.
I don't. And so I would turn in some sample scripts. I wouldn't be in love with it, and I wouldn't be happy about it. But that was what was given. You know what I mean? So I would I would do that.
Yeah. No, I got
it. But then the work, you're not giving them the best. You know what I mean? And sending that in. You're giving them what you're getting out of that script, and then you're sending that in, which is below the level that you can do,
I think probably that's why they do it intentionally, because they probably know it's a mundane script and they want to see if you can take it and make it pop. You know what I mean? This I'm sure there's like some psychological warfare on their part. So what was it about that experience that made you just say, you know what, the hell with this, I'm doing this myself?
It was, well, a bunch of things. Was first off was like, I had to just pop that balloon dream that, you know what I mean? Like I had to just get back into the reality and like forget about this. You know what I mean? Like because I have a family, a wife, and all of that. You know what I mean? At the time, my children were small. You know what I mean? They were little, and all of that. So I was like, I gotta figure out a way where I can do this and work. You know what I mean? So I had to balance that out with life and all of that. So it's like, I mean, I could keep doing the submissions and all of that, but they take up a lot of like headspace. You know what I mean? And I wanted to devote that headspace to my own books. You know what I mean? If I'm gonna do something, I'm also do my own thing. You know what I mean? And start. You gotta start building up that foundation from ground zero, and just build them up. You know what I mean? To just get the ball going forward. So that's what that was all about.
Yeah, dude. And listen, Exillion, it's an incredibly like crafted book, the way you drew those pages. Because you now this when we were talking about this with Sam before you came on, even before we went on the air. You do it all? Like, are you pencil, inker, colorist?
No, not the colorist. The
Okay.
colorist is Tom Bacon. He's awesome. I colored some of issue 5, and I'm like, I'm never doing this again. Like most of issue 5, I colored down, and I'm like, nah, this, I'm out. It's
Wow.
it's so much. It's too much. Writing, penciling, inking, and coloring. I was like, okay, I did it. I don't ever have to do that again.
So issue 5. So that means that I mean, this Kickstarter is for issue 1, right?
Yeah.
It's a 6-issue, I think, mini series you mentioned.
Right.
And so issue 5. So now is the thing done? Is it complete? Like all 6 issues are done?
No, I'm working on 6 now, but I just wanted to build up the trust with everybody to, because it's it's you kind of gambling when you do this, right?
Right.
And I know I can do them, but I just want to build up my audience and build up the trust with everybody so that they realize, okay, this guy's ahead. He's already been doing it. Like the risk factor is, with the mail, with the post office and the USPS and those guys, that's where the risk is, because everything is done.
Right.
Everything on my end is done. I just got to get the books. I just need and I've been selling the book. In fact, you know what I mean? So this is issue 1. I got I ran out. So because of COVID, conventions and all of that just shut down and all of that. So I just kind of sold out, and I was like, forget it. If I don't get any more, I on Kickstarter them and just have that money for pay for the printing, and
there you go.
Do tighten up the story a little bit, and just give them a couple brand new variant covers, and just play that whole game and play the long game, basically. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, listen, it's a big story, though. It's not a small story. This is a big universe. I mean, you have a lot going on. There's a lot of moving parts.
Yes.
The inspiration for this story, was it like Lord of the Rings? Was it, Battle Chasers? Because I see a lot of madness. So what was it? What was the inspiration for this huge story that you have going on here?
So the inspiration is not just one thing. It's a lot of things, like Battle Chasers, definitely. But so with Exillion, what I wanted to do was, I remember reading Dragonlance novels, and Dragonlance was a huge influence on me when I was that was the first like actual novel that I read from start to finish, and then finished the 3 books and all of that. And so, but as an artist, I was thinking, I would love to do this, but not have it in novel form. I want to be the one that creates the visuals and creates all the characters and creates all the races and all of these things, but have it play out in a comic book, because I love comic book. I love the art. I love the style. I love the action. I love the energy. I love, you can do so much in the, I mean, you guys comic book readers, right? Anyways, you when you flipping through those pages and you get that, just that, the banter between the characters, all of that stuff, you can feel that, you know what I mean? And it hits differently when it's a comic book, And so I wanted that, but I want to take, everything that I loved about the X-Men in the 90s, but the fantasy genre, and just kind of mash them up into this one big universe, and just have that thing just go, and just see what, see who likes it, and see who wants to like read it and all that.
Yeah. So, Sam, you were sharing it earlier.
Yeah.
So you've already funded. You got 63 backers. You have 15 days to go. 37.97. Now I will say this to the audience, anybody watching: if you are one of those people that want bang for your buck and don't want a story that you get through it like you're just reading. This thing, you sit on some of these pages, bro, like the amount of information and the lore that you're putting into these books.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that in there. So you're gonna you're gonna be reading a book. Like, this isn't like, you're just skimming through some pages for pretty artwork.
Right.
And so the writing, like, did you find that developing the story was tougher than drawing it? Because they're both, like, did you find that was the toughest part out of the whole thing? And how did you get through it? Like, how did you manage to get this thing on paper? Because for some people, it's hard. That's the hard part.
Yeah.
The story.
For me, it was, the writing was the hardest part. Actually, when Eric Larson was the EIC at Image, I actually submitted this to him, and just in an email, and said, hey, would this pass? Like, would this work in a as a submission? He said, yeah. He said, work on this, and this. Give me a 5-page submission, work on a story, and then submit that, and I'll put him through. And he's not a fantasy. He doesn't care about fantasy stuff, but he saw the quality of the work. That was in 2006. It took me like, that was in 2005. It took me like 10 years to write that first issue. You know what I mean? So I wrote them, and I must have drawn this first issue, about 4 times before I settled on this one.
Wow.
Because I couldn't figure it out. I just couldn't figure out. And I finally, after like the 4th time drawing them, I was like, I just gotta start. I just gotta start it someplace, and that's the concrete. I can't keep playing with the mix, and because that's what I was doing before. I kept playing with the, with the elements and all of the little things inside the story. And I was like, I gotta forget about all of that, and I just gotta settle down, and whatever it ends on one, that's the foundation, and we build off of that. And so that's how I did it. Damn. And so, yeah, but it was tough for me to write it. But then I found my I guess formula. I don't know. I found my method of doing it.
Your rhythm. You found your rhythm.
Yeah, that's the word. Yeah.
I mean, I do think all of those unaccepted submissions played a part in your critical evaluation of yourself.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. I'm actually thankful for that part, because it's, when you get broken down and you get broken down, it's just, if you want to keep going, you got to take that in and kind of just think about what they're saying, the criticisms and all of that, and then you get better, and then you try again. But that was good for me, because it brought the quality of my work up, and I was like, okay, I took the lessons from that, and I just put them into this book. So yeah.
What I appreciate about your work is your fearless approach to world building.
Right.
When you're taking up a project at this scale, you can tell when someone's taking shortcuts. You did not do that here. From the perspective to the vastness of it and the detail, I think you nailed it on every level.
Thank you.
DJ, the artwork, how did you get so good, bro? Did you go take classes? Like, tell me about your growth as an artist, because you said 18 years old, it was trash, and look at this is beautiful stuff, bro.
Yeah, well, I was just always drawing, and I just love drawing, so that's just love of the craft and all of that. I mean, I read some books on perspective, and subscribe to like the Tomorrow's magazine, the Draw magazine, and the Write magazine, and all of that. But as far as like classes or anything, besides art class in high school, it's just all trial and error. You know what I mean? Just trial and error, and just keep persistence, and just keep going and keep pushing, and just
we were talking with Sam and how important coloring is, and how important that marriage of art and color, you know what I mean, is so important, because it can a bad colorist can really kill your pages, and the colorist that you're working with really enhances what you're doing. So very good job.
Thank you. So that's Tom. Well, that I colored that. Some of the stuff I colored, but my colorist is really good. His name is Tom Bacon, and I've had him since issue 1. And so whenever I get jobs and people ask me for colors, I just refer them right to Tom. And Tom's awesome. He's amazing.
Real quick, just want to acknowledge Michael Sammartino has entered the chat. How you doing, Mike? Welcome to the show. Yeah. So tell us a little bit about the story. I mean, we've talked about how grand it is. Give us like a little, maybe just a summary of what Exillion is.
Well, how long is your video promo?
It's like 2 minutes. Oh yeah, you could watch the video.
I think we should play the video. Hold on.
Yeah.
My name is DJ Keawekane, artist, writer, and creator from Hilo, Hawaii. I've been doing independent comics for 18 years. I started off as a webcomic artist on this project called Spy 16. You might have seen my work online or from work I've done here in Hawaii, like Amakura Guardians of Hawaii or Big Dog Inc.'s Island Tales. Most recently on Monocomics' Young Kamehameha One Shot. After years of trying to land gigs at Marvel and DC and submitting pitches to Image, Boom, and Dark Horse, I got tired of sending in submissions and decided if I was going to draw comics, I might as well do the comics that I wanted to do and tell the stories that I want to tell and draw the kind of stories that interest me. So I'm here now at Kickstarter to bring you Exillion, Creed of the Night and Hawk, Issue 1, a 30-page full-color sword and sorcery fantasy comic. It's the coming-of-age story of Ambrose, the hero of Exillion, and how he came to be. At its core, Exillion is a story about heroism, brotherhood, tragedy, overcoming loss, and becoming a hero. It's high-octane action with good characters, some drama, some humor, and a lot of heart. I've been selling this series here in Hawaii at conventions and have 5 issues completely done. But now I want to bring Exillion to a new audience and continue building up my fan base. Check out the reward tiers. I kept everything simple since this is my first time at Kickstarter. And thank you all for your support.
Outstanding.
Yeah. Thank you for answering the question, DJ. That was great. What's this story about? That was amazing. Yeah. Really incredible artwork, dude. I can't get over the artwork, man. It's really well done stuff, dude.
Thank you. Yeah, that's 5 years of being rejected from Marvel and
there it is. It all goes
Image and Top Cow and all of those guys.
Gilbert,
what's up, Gil?
What's up? So do you find that the more issues you do, the faster you're getting, or the easier it is to draw these characters? Is that what's happening now?
Yeah. But then there's so much story to tell, and I have this story, like, it takes up a lot of mental space. Mm-hmm. So the process, like, of drawing the actual pages is better now, not compared to the first issue where I kept redrawing. Right. Like, it takes up so much, like, mental space to get one issue done because I'm writing, drawing, and inking everything. And then when it's done, then I gotta send them off to the colors, and I love getting colors back, and then the letters, like the whole, like, all of that is a lot more, because I usually just draw comics. I usually just do the pencils and the inks, and that's so much more easier when you can just hand the rest of the story off to whoever the writer is. But so I gotta shut down my brain as an artist and, like, become the writer, you know what I mean? And that's like a whole total different story, like those whole different, like, set of skills right there. And with the Kickstarter, it's like, whoa, the promotion part, that's not like, whoa. If I thought the art and stuff was hard, the promotion stuff is like, whoa, this is like a whole other level of,
Absolutely.
Awesome, so now you did mention trading cards when we were talking to you about growing up, and you were hooked. You do have trading cards on this Kickstarter. Tell us a little bit about the trading cards and how you can get them. Is it a tier, add-ons? Like, how are you getting these trades?
Yeah, so you can get them as a tier, or you can get them you can get them separate, like or you can get them like I got so many little different tiers that I kind of broke things down. But if you want just the trading cards, you can get that as like an add-on. There's an add-on tier once you back where you can just get the cards. You know what I mean? There's also Pogs. I don't know if you guys remember Pogs. You guys know what Pogs is? Those milk bottle caps. Anyways, when I was in like intermediate school, we used to play Pogs, and those milk bottle caps.
Okay.
And then you lay them out, and then you slam your cap on whatever cap is on the ground, and whichever ones turn over, you get to keep those.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I made some Pogs. I think I got some stickers, coaster.
Yeah, you just got another backer.
Oh, awesome.
Buddy. Yeah, no, that's great.
Yeah,
man.
yeah. So I got a coaster. I got a poster, and I drew like all of the characters on, which probably never gonna do again because I pull it down too. So like I literally drew every character, and not only every character, the characters that is not even in the series yet. I drew them inside there, except for the three main bad guys. And I was like, oh man, I'm never doing this again. But I don't know. I'm a glutton for punishment when it comes to art.
So DJ, you have six. Well, this is a 6-issue miniseries. This is issue 1. Are you planning to do a Kickstarter for each issue, or are you going to like a trade after this? What's the plan for the story itself?
Well, the plan for this is, I'm gonna go every issue because I want to build up the audience. You know what I mean? That's the main part of it, is just getting them out, and just because I live in Hawaii. You know what I mean? Like going to the conventions is it's a lot. You know what I mean? Not like, but as I establish myself as a creator, people can find me on Kickstarter, versus coming over here to Hawaii. You know what I mean?
Right.
Unless I start doing conventions in wherever, so but my plan is to just keep building up my audience. Actually, I'm gonna probably go to Indiegogo after this and run the same campaign, and then while I run that campaign, do issue 2, and then run that on Kickstarter, and then run that over in just try to get them out as broad as I can.
Gotcha. Yeah, gotcha. No, and so 6-issue miniseries. Is there more beyond that for Exillion, or are you planning more?
There's a lot more.
Yeah,
but I just got to get you to 6 first.
Yeah, because I was like, this is a big world. Like, how's he gonna do this in 6 issues? But yeah, no, kudos to you, brother. You've been working hard, and it's paid off, brother. It's paid off. It looks really, really good. Looks really good.
Yeah, fantastic job. So
yeah, my friend guys. My friend Chris Carvalho, he was telling me, "Oh, you guys got to go and catch the craze, catch the craze." And he kept raving about you guys, and I was like, "Okay." So I just spent a weekend with him doing a signing on his book. So I did the art on his book. So yeah.
Yeah, no, I recognize that. I was like, I know that book. Nah, he's a good dude, man. Chris is a great guy. So yeah, no, but thank you for coming on, my brother.
Yeah, so we're at that stage where we're going to give you the screen, and we want you to deliver your elevator pitch and tell everybody why they should back this campaign, and then how you can be reached on social media. What are your handles? So here you go.
DJ, tell him to play the video, bro.
Go play my video now. So Exillion Creed of the Night and Hawk, issue 1. It's the coming of age story, or hero's tale about Ambrose, the legendary hero of Exillion, and how he came to be and all of that. But it's the backdrop is this huge world that I created for knights and elves and wizards and all of that stuff. And so if you like sword and sorcery fantasy, if you like cross-gen comics, or Battle Chasers, Telos, or Dragonlance, Lord of the Rings, Dungeons and Dragons, all of that stuff, but it's the sensibilities of like 90s comics, So if you love the fast-paced action, but not just action, there's story, there's character, there's a lot of heart, there's humor, there's drama, there's everything all mixed up into this one big story. So yeah, go check it out. And you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook at firstwatchstudios.com or First Watch Studios. And then my name, if you know how to spell it, DJ Keawekane. So yeah, you can see my name right there. It's a weird spelling, but or First Watch Studios is easier. On Facebook, it's Dowyne Keawekane. They won't let me be DJ for some reason. You can't be DJ on Facebook. I have a friend, his name is actually DJ. That's his name. And they won't let him be just DJ. His name is literally D.J. That's but yeah, so DJ Keawekane or First Watch Studios.
Got it.
Outstanding. Well, thanks, brother, for being on Catch the Craze. Wish you much success with your campaign. Your art is fire. You said all of my favorite stuff. Talos. I mean, it's crazy. But yeah, I think again, you have a successful campaign, and hats off to you for not giving up because your work speaks for itself.
Thanks, brothers.
You got it, brother.
Thank you, brother. And listen, you're welcome anytime, man. Anytime. What time is it? What time is it over there, by the way?
It's almost 3
in the afternoon.
Yeah, 3 in the afternoon.
Yeah. Woo.
Yeah.
Hey, man, enjoy the rest of your afternoon, brother. Thank you for coming on, and good luck with the rest of the book, man.
All right, thank you, brothers.
All right.
You subscribe now, so I'm checking you guys out and jumping in streams.
All right,
Thank you.
excellent, man. Thank you.
All
All
right, so
right.
that was a really good interview. I mean, his artwork is fire. I mean, see, that's the thing is like you don't know. It's like I think it's a matter of taste. When you're submitting, right? So I think when you see somebody his caliber and that talented and you hear these stories, I think what happens is there's a trend cycle going on, right? So like at Image, there's a specific look, right? At Marvel, there's a specific style, whether it's they're trying to emulate a specific popping artist, and they're like trying to find people that mimic that look or whatever it is. So I think it's just a matter of taste. So it's the individual that's making the decision. But I think the way they should do it is they should have a committee, a review board instead of one person. This way, you have differences of opinion, and everybody can talk about pros and cons, and let the majority decide instead of leaving it up to the hands of that one person, because that person could pass on, the next potential star or whatever it is. So I thought but the fact that he had the tenacity and the strength to muscle through and continue, good for him.
Yeah. No, he's a great dude, man. He's a great dude. The link for some reason, Gil was saying he couldn't. It goes right to the homepage, so it's kind of odd.
I'm taking it directly from his page.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That looks like it's. I try to put in another one, but I don't think that's gonna work. But
Yeah,
if you
maybe
guys,
if you just type in Exillion, it'll
type
go
in
directly to it.
Exillion, yeah, Exillion. Yeah,
Yeah,
really. I mean, the artwork is phenomenal. I think that if he tried to submit that to somebody today, they'd probably pick that up just based on the way the artwork looks.
absolutely.
Maybe not Image, maybe it's not Image, but I think somebody would totally pick something like
Yeah,
that
right
up.
now,
I mean,
Image
the
is
artwork
picking
is
up the
great.
same style of. I mean, they have a specific look that they have now, and you can tell what it's like. Cyclical. There's like a period of like a few years where they just changed because a specific title popped off and it had a specific look. So now they want that type of look, and that type of coloring style or whatever it is. Um,
Yeah. Yo, listen, and I will say DJ has an incredible story. And I think that
fantastic story.
not just the story he's writing, but his life story. Like I think we all have a story, right? And that
Yeah.
leads us to where we are as artists, as people, or whatever. What I will say though is when you're coming on, and I'm bringing this back to the show, artists, people who want to get interviewed, send us your bios, send us your media kit, because a lot of the questions that we asked came from that bio. It
Yeah.
came from the story he told us before he told you guys the story. As interviewers, it's good to have that meat so that we can go in there and ask questions that will give us great stories, and tell us more
Right.
about the person without us having to ask the generic questions. So where you're from, how'd you grow up, what was your comment? You know what I mean? Like the generic questions start getting boring. When you have a bio, and this is for all the artists or anyone who wants to come on the show, if you send us a media kit with your bio in it, dude, I'll read through that stuff, and we can have a really nice conversation. So just another PSA, when sending us some stuff, make sure you send us some of that info. Because like I said, everybody's got a story, man, and they're all very interesting. All Caps Comic is taking on great talent as well. See that, like that's what I'm saying. Like there are plenty of places out there. Aren't the top creators from Marvel and DC going to Image with their own creator own projects? A lot of them are. Man.
Yeah.
But I guess you were speaking more on what they're picking up that isn't from the guys who have worked at Marvel and DC, like the guys off the street, is what you're saying, right? Some of that stuff.
Talking about me?
No, boy.
No,
Anyway, guys, thank you for watching the show.
that
We
was their
appreciate-
response, not mine.
No, I'm asking you. You said
Right.
that Image is now picking up just the same thing. So
No,
but
what I said was you can
hold on.
tell.
But what Gilbert is asking is, isn't that coming from Marvel and DC artists? But I'm thinking that a lot of the stuff that they're picking off this, not necessarily the people from Marvel or DC, but people like us, for example, who are submitting, they're looking for like similar trends.
They're looking for a look. They're looking
Similar
for a
trends,
style,
right? Not
and you can
necessarily
see.
from the DC and Marvel comics artists, so to
No.
speak. Because if you're a DC and Marvel artist, I think you come with a fan base. Marvel's gonna be like, Image is gonna be like, yeah, come on, put it on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're looking for a specific style, and you can tell. And when you go to their website, and you can tell that what's on the bookshelf now. There's a specific palette, a color palette. That's that they're focused on, or a specific style of art or storytelling. Everybody has a look, and so I think, and again, it goes back to whoever's the editor in charge, editor in chief, and that's the mandate. This is what we want. This is whatever it is. Go out and get it, and don't bring me anything different. And I think it's it's unfortunately, the good thing is that they are crowdfunding for the independent creators. That's the good thing. The hard part, what makes it challenging, is that you now are not just a creator. You have to be a businessman. You have to be, a PR person, marketing, accountant, finance, all those things, that the headaches that come along with it. Now you have to balance your time. So how much time are you allocating to the creative part versus the business part, and all that other stuff? The things that you didn't want to do, you have to do. You have to be your own, fulfillment. You have to be shipping and receiving and all that stuff. So it's not easy. And so that's why every time you say apples fall from trees, right? How many apples are falling from the trees because they just can't sustain it. Because life takes a toll. The reality is, the real life comes into play, and I want my heart, my desire is here, but the reality is pulling me here, and if I have to choose between my heart and reality, I have to survive. So I have to put that on the shelf. And I know it because I was a product of that myself.
Yeah, no, and I mean, listen, he was very candid about it, and he was very honest about it. Anybody could have been like, nah, man, I don't regret that. I'm good. Like, I'm good. He was like, I do. I think about it all the time. I regret it. And that was a very honest answer to a question that some people may shy away from. Be like, nah, I'm good that day. Listen, this is what I did. Like, he actually does. But he's made, he's changed it around. Look at it. He's got a great book. He just got another pledge. So thank you guys so much.
That was me. I'm just listening. Your art is fire. Your art is fire. It reminds me of I'm telling you, Battle Chases, Telos, all those things. When I was reading it, I said, you know what, I gotta have this on my collection. Again, I mean it 100%. Top notch quality work, guys. Check it out. Back it if you can, and if you can't, please share it out. Tweet it. Share it with your friends. It's really good. His story is amazing. And again, so I recognize it. I appreciate you.
Yeah, you guys got till July 7th at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But yeah, no, that was great, man. That was a good show. I don't think we don't have anything tomorrow, right? I think
we don't have anything tomorrow. We'll be back on Thursday with the morning brew. I will be drawing tomorrow between 11 and noon again, and I'll think of what kind of variation of duty I'm going to draw. But so if you like that stuff, you want to join me tomorrow and chat while I'm drawing, you can join the stream. And so we get the morning brew on Thursday, and then next week, and actually the next 2 weeks, George won't be here. George will be flying high in the sky, right? What's that called?
What?
Damn. Butterflies in the sky. But Reading Rainbow, remember that? So that the woman that we met, the cosplayer, that every day she would sing that song every time she came to my table, so it stirred in my head. But yeah. So I do the show will still go on. I still have a guest next week and the week after, so the show will still go on. And Jacob, look, it's in the book, The Reading Rainbow. That's what it was. That's it. Yes.
Mike coming through with the lyrics.
That's what I'm talking about.
There he is.
There it is.
Mike is singing. Let me find out if Mike sings too. He's
I know, right?
too, bro. He's probably got that voice.
Sing it.
Like, sing it.
Yeah, we gotta do karaoke.
Word. Hey, also don't forget, guys, the surveys have been sent. So make sure you send them back to me so I can send you your stuff for the Adventures of Wonder Duck.
Yes,
so make sure you get that back to me ASAP. Everything is out. Books are ordered. I'm ready to send them out as soon as they come in. Hopefully they'll be in. In a couple of weeks, and then I can send you guys everything on time. Word. Yeah, and we'll see you guys on Thursday morning.
Yes. And have you pledged yet to Exillion in My Toilet? If you haven't, go check it out. It is fuego. So yeah, it's another great show, another great guest. With that said, we thank you all for joining us tonight. I am Sam the Crazy Man Vera.
George the Dreamer Medina. See you
And
Thursday.
we are
It's just easy. It's not.
Crazy. Acquiesce.
No, I was talking about my friend Acquiesce.
Say my name. Say my name. Right?
This is what you were thinking? Oh my.
He described me. He said, "I'm the what?"
Catch the Craze. You're listening to Catch the Craze. You're listening to Catch the Craze. To Catch the Craze. You are listening to Catch the Craze. This is Craze. You're listening to Catch the Craze.